One thing I learned, man, when you're trying to be the best version of yourself, you can't go tit for tat with a low level thinking person, with a low frequency person, because you would have to lower your frequency. You had to lower your thoughts. You had to lower who you are, kill what you stand on to match the energy of that person. And guess what? When you lower yourself, man, you not even that person no more. You not the best version of yourself because you killed the best version of yourself to match this lower level person. So when I say walking in your purpose or on the road to greatness or being the best version of you, do not match energy with a low level thinking person, for real. Lead with respect. Be a respectful human being, because having a good attitude will take you way further in life than a good grade point average. Treat a homeless man with the same respect you would treat a billionaire. If you walk in a room, speak. If you bump into someone, say excuse me. Don't interrupt people when they talk. When you go in someone's environment, you respect the rules and the protocol of that environment. Be a respectful person. Because one thing I learned, connections will take us where we want to go. And we can't get where we want to go without the right people. And we can't meet the right people being a disrespectful, rude person with no manners. And so I say lead with respect, for real. I believe we should forgive, because unforgiveness, that just kill our own spirit. That's like drinking poison, hoping someone else die. And it's just a burden that we have on us, always frowned up, all this unforgiveness in our life. But just because you forgive that person don't mean you take that person back in. Because if that person showed you who they are, a lot of times you got to forgive them, but you just stay over there. I'm not mad at you. I don't wish you no ill will. I'm not going to talk about you and I'm not going to harm you, but I can't allow you back in my life to hurt me. And a lot of times people don't change. People don't change. You don't even wait for them to apologize. You just forgive them. But when you bring them back, they don't change. They just get slicker and learn how to cover up their BS. And so I learned to forgive. But you stay over there because I know exactly who you are, for real. I believe in being who you are, even when it's unpopular. Not letting someone talk you out of what God put in your heart. A lot of people can see what you see in the physical, but they don't see what you see in the spiritual. I represent the cast-offs, those who follow their purpose, those who follow their vision, the ones who follow their heart, the ones who won't kill their beliefs just because the cool people say their beliefs is not cool. And so that's all being a cast-off is being who you are, even when it's unpopular. Not killing what you stand for or who you are to fit in with them, for real. We be trying to get support from people who would never support you. We trying to get acceptance from people who would never accept you. I believe in the spiritual law of place. Jesus couldn't even perform miracles in his hometown. He had to leave to do what he had to do. Our gifts, our purpose won't flourish everywhere. We got to be at a specific place. You got to go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it. Some people won't like you or accept you no matter what you do or don't do. Your greatness might not be cool to them, but your greatness might be flourishing here. I believe in the spiritual law of place. If you want to ski, you can't be on South Beach. You got to go to Utah. And so I believe when you know your purpose, you got to go to a place where your purpose and your gifts can flourish, for real. I believe in the spiritual golden rule, doing unto others as you want done to you, treating people the way you want to be treated. Whatever you want done to you and for you, you have to do to and for people. It's all sowing and reaping. If you do this, you get that. Spiritual law at its purest form. But a lot of times we want to treat people foul, but then we want to be treated well. We don't want to do anything for anyone, but we want everyone to do everything for us. If you give, it be given to you. It's simple. Sowing and reaping. If you do this, you get that. But a lot of times we put all this outer stuff on it. How you dress, how you pray, what you look like. And it's all, how do you treat people, for real? New level, new devil. I know it's an old saying, but it's real. To get to the next level of our life, we got to pass tests at certain levels that we at. But a lot of times we want to run from that test. And anytime we fail that test, if somebody know what buttons to push to make us quit or go off, that means we failed that test. And you could run from that person, run from that situation, but it's going to be somewhere else, somebody else, in a whole nother place to test you. And if you don't pass that test, you stay at that same level. But the moment you rise above and you mature and that don't even bother you no more, That means you move to a whole nother level of your life. And that means at that next level, new devil. It's gonna be a bigger devil. It's gonna be somebody who push your buttons even more. It's gonna be somebody who try to tick you off. And if you fail that test, you stay at that level. And we go level to level to level for the rest of our life. Just because we getting older in age don't mean we maturing mentally or spiritually. But passing tests level after level after level, that's what matures us as a human being. Because if you don't pass that test and you run from that test, you might be 80 years old and 15 in the head or 15 spiritually, for real.